You may have been making limited decisions over and over without even realizing it. Limitations only become that way when we believe them to be true. Welcome back, ladies. I'm Claire Hughes, an empowerment coach who's ready to break through the fears, excuse me, to help women break through their fears and set their goals and build their confidence to live as their truest self. If you see me before, it's going to be one of those nights. If you see me before, say hello in the chat. And if you're watching on the replay, let me know who you are and where you're from. We're going to look at limiting decisions today, decisions you're making consciously or not. Our minds are an incredible and powerful instrument, and they can overcome real roadblocks, but they can also create false limitations or false beliefs. False beliefs are any decisions. They are any decisions. Oh gosh, I can't even speak today. Let's start again. I'm coming back. They are decisions because when we were born, we didn't have any limiting beliefs, but somewhere in our life, we decided to believe something about ourselves, and something has and now it's preventing us from moving forward. And so we've gotten this thought, someone dropped something on you like, oh, you're so slow, you're such a crappy runner. And every time some kind of situation came up, you noticed it. So sometimes these thoughts happen so quickly, we don't even notice that the limiting decision is being made because we programmed our brain to respond. For example, if you've been telling yourself that you're a horrible public speaker, anytime something comes up where you might have to speak publicly in class or whatever it might be, your brain says, hey, I've got the answer. I've done this before, and wants to get you out of there because this is what's been programmed to do, because it knows that you don't want to, you think that you don't speak well in public, and therefore it wants to get you out of there. So when we tell ourselves negative things over and over, that's what our brain is trained to think and do. And a lot of the time, the negative beliefs aren't even true. We've just picked them up somewhere along our life, and we've noticed it, and somehow it affects what we're thinking now, and it builds up to become a negative belief. For example, it's like when you say, don't notice, try not to notice that I have a green sweater, because green sweaters, people that wear green sweaters, I don't know, are unhappy people. So then you start noticing people with green sweaters that aren't happy anymore, that you notice them everywhere because you become conscious of it and your mind started to notice it everywhere. It's the same thing with the negative thoughts. Once you've noticed it, you start seeing it over and over again, and that kind of compounds and becomes this negative belief. And we believe what we perceive. And if we're making decisions if we're making decisions and trying to get ahead of ourselves in our life, we need to be conscious of what we're telling ourselves. Sometimes we have obvious negative beliefs like I'm so fat or I'm so broke, and then there are others that are subtle when you say things like I'll never find a good job, or so you don't end up looking as hard and you just settle for any job because you're never going to find a good job. Or people with lots of money are so self-centered, so you don't want to have money because you want to be seen as being self-centered. These are like negative decisions that we're making. So be very aware of what you're saying to yourself and thinking. Things like, a woman over 50 is too old to start a business, so why would she even try? All of these things are limiting beliefs, limiting decisions, and they prevent you from being, doing, and having what you really want in life. So once you start to notice these thoughts, ask, is this thought and belief true? Is it true? Is it true that you're never going to lose weight? Never? Really? You're never going to lose weight? Rich people, are they really self-centered, or are they just driven? And you're just telling yourself that they're self-centered? I think for most of what you tell yourself, if you thought about it, the answer would probably be no, these really are not true. I've just created them in my head, and now I've started to believe that they're true. So it can be very empowering once you realize what you've produced in your life by the thoughts, because now you can see it and you can take actions to change it, to end negative decisions that don't serve you, and begin today with a clean slate. Live consciously. Make decisions that help you get what you want from life. Have a more positive attitude about things and think positive thoughts about yourself and the world around you. And the doors will start to open. And now that your mind is opening, your world will opening. Your world will open. It will become much bigger. And it's an exciting time to learn about your negative decisions. Some people don't want to look at the bad stuff. They don't want to realize that they've really wasted a lot of time, not doing things and preventing themselves from doing, having, and becoming who they want because of these beliefs that they've created in their head, because we're not born with them. We have created them throughout our life. So ask yourself, are the results that I have in my life aligned with what I tell myself? For example, if you make great money, but you never get ahead, and you cut back on all the expenses and did everything that you can to save money, this might be an area where you have a limiting belief, because you are making great money. So why aren't you getting ahead? There might be something in there that's really holding you back. So seek out areas that you might need to work on and ask yourself the hard questions. So I'm here today as your empowerment coach because I want you to be aware of the things that we're thinking and we're feeling, because what we want in life is to get ahead, to progress, to grow. And if we're bumping into these roadblocks, but we may not even be realizing that we're bumping into the roadblocks, it helps to have somebody open your eyes a little more and point you in the right direction. Because there are a lot of limiting beliefs. Some of them, we have, and they don't mean anything to our lives. They don't change anything, but some of them really do, like believing that you're not a good swimmer. So because you think you're not a good swimmer, you don't go on these activities with your friends. You miss out on events and you miss out on parties and stuff like that, just because you've told yourself that you're not good at something. So I'm here because I want to help you break through these limiting beliefs and recognize that they are there. They are underneath what's holding you back. So what I'm offering today is I'm holding space for 5 women who are ready as fuck to work on this. And I'm offering a free 30-minute phone call to work with you through your negative beliefs. So if you're interested, let me know, give me a message. So take time to invest in yourself and recognize what's holding you back and do the work to get on the path to where you want to be and who you want to become. Take the massive action that's required to change your life. If you're ready to change and invest in your life and build an incredible future, message me, especially if you want to get on that 30-minute free phone call. I'm only limiting it to 5 people. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please share it with all your friends. I'm on a mission to build my inspired community and help as many women as possible to live an incredible life. So thanks for joining me, and I hope you stay inspired. Take care.